Hey guys, Jake Palat here, and today I'm going to run you through how to do a heel side, backside 360 wakeboarding. This is definitely not the easiest 360 to learn wakeboarding, so if you're trying to learn your first 360, I'd recommend the heel side, front side 360. You can check out a video on that here. So prerequisite for a heel back 3, I would say, is making sure that you have a solid wake jump. Probably learn a heel side, front side 3 first, and heel side, backside 180s. Before you start to go for the back 3. It's important to take the time to learn these steps and fundamentals because it'll help you long term with learning harder tricks from here. So step 1 of the heel side, backside 3, I'd recommend learning it one wake. So just warm up with a couple of one wake jumps, cruising, just straight heel side airs, and try to feel the point where you're weightless at the peak of your jump. So right at the top of the jump, the tension will break a little bit in the line in between when you're rising and when you start falling, and just make a mental note of that position in the air. The reason that you want to pick out the peak of your jump is because that's when you want to start your spin. It seems counterintuitive because you're adding a spin to a jump, but you really want to wait. The more patient you are off the wake, the easier the spin is going to come around and the more in control you'll be. A lot of times riders really rush to get into the spin, and that makes it so much harder to get around and makes the trick a lot less consistent. So patience is key on this one, waiting to the peak of your jump before you start your spin. So when you're ready to try your first one, treat it just like a normal heel side one wake jump. Cut out maybe 10 feet, cut back in, stand tall through the wake, keeping that handle nice and still all the way on the way up in the jump. As you get to the peak, think about moving the handle across your body, past your front hip. So if you're left foot forward, past your left hip, that will start your spin, putting the handle right in the small of your back, and then continuing the movement, finishing the trick with the handle by your left hip again, or your right hip if you're right foot forward. It's important to keep your eyes up on this trick. So what I do is, as I'm cutting in, I spot the tower of the boat, looking straight down the line. As I rise up, I continue to look at the boat for as long as I can, and then as I initiate the spin, immediately my head goes back to spotting the boat again. Looking down can get really disorienting. You think you want to look down to kind of spot your landing and know exactly where you're going to be on the water when you land. But if you keep your eyes up and just use your peripheral vision to get your bearings on when you're going to land, where you're at in the spin, you'll be a lot more stable and it's a lot friendlier. So the quicker you can go from your initial looking at the boat to turning your head and spotting the boat again, the more in control you'll be through the whole trick. It's important to not pull on the handle too much. You want to move the handle to initiate the spin, but you don't want to yank on the handle because you are relying on the line tension for this trick. So as you rise to the peak of the jump, think about pushing the handle across your body, behind your back, without pulling on it super hard. If you just move the handle over, you're going to stay supported through the whole trick, making your landing that much easier. If you find yourself getting hung up on the spin or not getting it all the way around, it's likely one of two things. You're either rushing into it off the wake, causing you to feel like you're getting tripped up in the spin, or your eyes are looking down and you're getting lost as you're spinning because your head is down when you should be spotting up towards the boat. Those are two easy fixes. Sometimes it helps to just see a video and see exactly what you might be doing wrong. But generally, if your eyes are up and you're patient off the wake, you'll have no problem learning this backside 360. Once you get it pretty dialed in one wake, it's time to take it wake to wake, where you have a lot more air time and it's a lot more fun. So go back to your normal length that you would normally ride at. For me, it's 75 feet, around 22.5 miles per hour. But whatever you're comfortable with, go back to that length. Warm up with a couple wake to wake jumps, just straight airs. I recommend skipping a backside 180. Because a back 3 is a little bit of a different movement than a backside 180, I find it easier to just do straight wake jumps, and then when you're ready, go for the backside 3. So when it's finally go time for you, you're ready to take it wake to wake. Cut out nice and wide like a normal heel side wake jump. Stand nice and tall through the wake, keeping the handle still and low off the top. And as you rise up to the peak of your jump and you feel yourself get to that weightless moment in the air, go ahead and push that handle across your body keeping it nice and close to your hips, pass the handle, move it all the way back to your front hip to land. The keys here are the same as one wake. Keeping your eyes up and being patient off the wake will make all the difference in this trick. Overall, the backside 3 is a super fun trick to have in your repertoire. You can start to experiment with different grabs. A couple of my favorites are late nose and early tail. But there's so many different ways you can grab the trick. You can take it to back 5, back 7. It just opens the door to a ton of possibilities for your wakeboarding trick repertoire. Let me know in the comments if you found this video helpful or if you have any other questions. And if you're taking your back 3 to the water, make sure you tag me on Instagram in your attempts or you making it. I'd love to see it. My Instagram is right here. Feel free to follow along for more videos on there as well. So, all in all, hope you guys found this video helpful. Make sure you subscribe to follow along for more, and we'll see you next time.